Man, so much happened in the first 3 days of the season. It's going to be impossible to recap it all. So I'm going to just pop around the league a little bit. I'm going to highlight some of the things that really interested me. First and foremost, 27, 9, 5, and 2 blocks. 27 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and 35 minutes of action. Do you have any idea who that stat line belongs to? If you said Embiid or Jokic, hell, even Zion coming back, no one would probably blink an eye. But that, folks, is what Paolo Banchero put up in his first game as an NBA player. Sheesh! I tried to tell y'all he was much better than everybody else. 2 things happened in their opener against Detroit. One was surprising, the other was not. Unsurprising thing is that Detroit was down big. The Orlando Magic blew a huge lead. Ended up losing the game outright by 4. The exact line that Vegas set. Not shocking in the least. They're going to probably do that a lot. They look good. They fade late. They don't have a lot of talent that's going to help them through. That's the way it goes. The surprising thing, despite the heightened expectations, Paolo somehow exceeded him. I don't know. At times, the most dominant player on the floor. And that included on a team with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren and all the other random lottery picks that the Orlando Magic have. He was 11 for 18 from the floor. 11 for 18? He was 10 for 15 in the paint, where he pretty much did whatever the fuck he wanted. Shockingly good debut. Shocking even for me, who loves some Paolo Banchero. With 27 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, Banchero became just the 3rd number 1 overall pick since 1969, to record 25, 5, and 5 in his debut. The others, LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He finished 11 of 18 shooting, like I said, which is the most made field goals by a rookie in his debut since, again, LeBron James in 2003. Interestingly, the day of the game, the New York Post dropped an article about Paolo's experiences as a student athlete at Duke. And it was illuminating. This is what he said. Sometimes I'd feel like, you were a zoo animal or something. Bro, they would be like, oh God, in class, you'd see him over there whispering about you, like just straight up staring at you. First and foremost, that sucks. Secondly, though, how many times have I tried to tell you how big Paolo Banchero is? Like unnaturally, perfectly proportioned and 6'10", 200 and something pounds. He is the biggest human I've ever seen. Like, in terms of pound for pound, proportionally, size-wise. I look at centers sometimes and I'm like, nope, that guy's not as big as Paolo Banchero. Nope, that guy's not as big as Paolo Banchero. So if I had Paolo Banchero in my class, I'd be a little bit shocked too. I'd be like, wow, how much do you think he can bench press? How much do you think he can deadlift? Also, you would think that at a certain point, though, things would get a little bit more normal. You'd get a little bit more chill. He's sitting 2 rows down from you. 5 days a week or whatever. What class do you go to school? 3 days a week when you're in college? 2 days a week? I don't know. It's been a while. But it's kind of like what Zion hinted at about his experience at Duke, where you're hyped and you're famous and you're, let's be honest, very different than the student body. How shall I say at Duke? A lot of YTs at Duke, not a lot of Zions, not a lot of Paolos, just going to be honest. So, truthfully, kind of hard to not feel isolated and alone because, honestly, what do you have in common with some prep school kid from Connecticut who, when you're a 6'6", 6'8", 285-pound athletic freak who's on the cover of every magazine, or in Paolo's case, 6'10" and 285? Yeah, this is why Adam Silver's like, yep, you guys can go one and done. You don't need Duke. You don't need Kentucky. You don't need to be meeting some random fraternity or sorority girl that has you making TikToks and you're pointing at the sky with random like words next to it in order for you to get an NIL deal. No, you can just go right to the league right now. Let's be very, very clear. Paolo's putting up 25 a night regardless of going to Duke. Regardless of Coach K. No hate on Coach K. That's a truth a lot of college coaches don't really want us to know. Paolo don't need Duke. Duke needs Paolo.